Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're from. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're tuning in from, and we will get started here in the next few moments. Well, welcome everybody. So I see that we have a lot of people tuning in from Dallas, New York, Montreal, Toronto, California. Very nice. It's very nice to see all of you here. So first and foremost, I just want to say congratulations for making it here to this call specifically and to this video. My name is Devin Day, aka the Ozark Trader. You guys can find me on Instagram at the Ozark Trader. I wanted to talk to you guys about something extremely important. But before I get into that, I want to introduce myself. I'm 29 years old as of June 9th, 2023. I've been trading in the markets for 8 years now, and I did not discover this skill set until I was about probably 20 years old. Okay. And I realized when I was in the Marine Corps, I was in the Marine Corps from 2012, from the age of 17 all the way up until the age of 22. 2016, I got out of the Marine Corps in 2016, but before I got out, I realized something. I did not like having a job. I did not like having a 9 to 5. I didn't like the way that I was earning my money. I felt like there was no leverage in the way that I was earning my money. I felt like it was very political. I felt like it was a race. I felt like I was in comparison and competitiveness with other people, which is there's nothing wrong with being competitive with people. But I find being a creator and doing things on your own time is much more empowering. And I feel like what I'm about to share with you, which, I'm glad that I discovered it, you know, 8 years ago because it changed and it revolutionized the way that I look at how we earn money, right? So traditionally, you know, everybody goes to a job and they go and earn money, obviously, from trading their time for time. I felt like there was a much more appropriate way, with what I wanted to do with my life, which, I like traveling. I like to meet new people. Obviously I like cutting my own checks. Okay. What we're going to be talking about today is a skill set called trading. Obviously, everybody's been in the markets. Everybody's dabbled a little bit in some options or some stocks or something like that, but they've never really made a lot of great money. And something hit me when somebody said at one point in my career, follow those who have the results that you want. And I essentially partnered with very powerful people who were willing to show me, um, you know, what it meant to leverage, you know, money, to trade money for money, and to leverage other people's money. And I thought this concept was extremely powerful. So I made a decision specifically to go forth and learn new things, because obviously the opposite of growing is dying. Because if I weren't going to go and learn something, I obviously am not going to learn something. That's the complete opposite of what we want. So obviously you see in my screen, what I wanted to talk about was the foreign exchange market. Essentially, everybody knows what the foreign exchange market is, but they don't necessarily know what it is, right? Uh, the foreign exchange market is a currency market, and it's globally decentralized and it's over the counter. Obviously, Trading currencies like the Great Britain pound sterling or the euro dollar, for example, the euro. In order to go to, say, Europe, you've got to exchange your dollar for euros in order to purchase what they have in their country. Now, there's an exchange rate for the euro versus the dollar, right? And at any given time, the exchange rate can be different, right? Now, what I want you to understand is it's been climbing in terms of how much revenue has been generated. So far, we're at $7.5 trillion that is influxed per day in the market as of April 2022. Now, what we need to understand right here is who are the top currency traders and why is this important? So you're looking at JP Morgan Chase, 10.78% of the market share. If you go back up and look at that, $7.5 trillion, they have 10.78% of the market. And what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that JP Morgan Chase controls almost $750 billion in the markets. You add that up, there's almost more than 50% just looking at this board right here of the overall volume in June 2020, right? So it's not as decentralized as we think, right? Now you have to look at this. How many traders actually fail? Usually 80 to 90%. But why is that? Again, I implore you to open your mind, open your heart to this, because this is going to change the way that you look at money. Our goal here at the Trade House and Trade House Experience is to allow you to make an informed decision on what exactly is happening and what to do and go forward from here, right? So we introduced to you a legend and a titan in his own right amongst the titans of technical analysis. Dow Jones, Gann, Elliott. I'm sure everybody's heard of Elliott Wave Theory. Merrill Lynch is actually a branch, an investment branch on the side of Bank of America, who also owns a percentage of that market share, right? Now, Mr. Wyckoff, in his various heuristic devices, had proposed that we dub all of the price movements, in individual stocks, as all the fluctuations in the market and in all of the various stocks should be studied as if they were the results of one man's operations. Let us call him the composite man, who in theory sits behind the scenes and manipulates the stocks and the prices to your disadvantage if you do not understand the game as he plays it, and to your great profit if you do understand it. So that begs the question, what exactly are we learning here? Well, what we're going to learn here is a specific mindset. This is a mindset. This is not a strategy. Okay. This mindset is to prepare you for what is to come. So I'm going to play this video for you. And a lot of this is going to make sense. So obviously now you know that the corporations and a higher elite really actually control a lot of the perception of the way that we look at money, right? And as stated earlier, Bank of America Merrill Lynch, 4.5%. Obviously, that's somewhere in the realm of $300 billion still that they control in the markets. So what I want to show you is a company that I was introduced to back in 2016. And I've had the great pleasure of working with this company. And not only has it helped me understand the language, but it's also helped me understand the basics. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is obviously get educated, because if we're uninformed, then that means specifically one thing: we don't have the information that we need in order to move forward. So what you're going to want to learn is the language and the lingo. What is Forex? What is the history of Forex? What is traded in Forex, and who are the market participants? There, you're going to learn how to build the building blocks, the Lego pieces to your ultimate creation, right? And then from there, obviously, once you have gone through the language and looked at the videos and taken copious notes and learned and built your foundation, because to every building needs a foundation. Obviously, a skyscraper can't be built unless the equivalent of the foundation has been set. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go live. And what does this do for the average student? What it does for the average student is it gives the student the ability to get live feedback in the live chat with live mentors who have real live results. Also, keep this in mind: to keep building on your skill set, we're also going to include a boot camp of sorts. And we're going to teach you the smart money mindset, the different types of Forex business models, the large amount of volume that moves through the markets, and what other data sources you can study in order to understand price action better, right? And of course, we're going to teach you the 4 levels of learning and where you want to be at and how to progress through those levels. So you have supplemental material to give you more power, to empower you with more education on how to maneuver in the markets. Okay. How do we make money in the markets? This is extremely simple. Obviously, what we see here is a market that's moving sideways, a market that's moving down, a market that has moved up, right? The only thing we need to do is determine which direction are we going in. And very simply put, we make money by either buying or selling, right? Now, of course, what you're going to want to learn is how will you make money in the markets, right? Super simple. You're going to want to go right on back here. You're going to go to the academy. You're gonna learn when to trade. You're gonna learn when or buy versus sell. You're gonna learn what a pip is. You're gonna learn what a lot size is. And a lot size, just for your entertainment purposes only. We're not gonna go through the full 5 minutes, but we're gonna give you a gist of what a lot size is. Boom. So you've got videos that'll teach you literally everything that you need to know. Education obviously is the main commodity in order to unlocking situations that can prepare us for higher highs, obviously. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what I implore you to do is I implore you to take yourself, go through this information, get back to the person who invited you to this information, and get started right away. Because if you're looking to learn the skill set of trading, there's no better place to be than the Trade House experience. Because one, you get access, not only do you get access to all of that, but you also get access to the chats that we have here, full of other traders, a community of people who are dedicated to learning and holding each other accountable each day to do the things necessary to become better. And the ultimate goal, guys, is to get you funded. Okay. What this simply means, guys, is instead of using your own money, we want to help you with getting funded with other people's money. You can get access to $100,000 within 6 months, but you have to go through the training. You have to go through the education, and then the exciting part happens. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for jumping on this video and this call. I'm super excited for your journey. I think this is going to be a magnificent journey for you, as it has been for me in the past 8 years. Toodles for now, and great trading.